Hello, Mr. J. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Here, got that. What am I looking for here? There it is. Alrighty. That.
Yeah, we did that last time.
On the one hand, could try to answer.
Don't.
That's what I kind of figured. It's going to be your response as soon as I.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Apologize for my lateness. My clock was a little off.
No worries. I was just getting everything set up over here.
Really, Streamlabs has another update.
Yeah, mine just went through it right now.
Who updates on a Sunday?
Streamlabs and everything else apparently too.
Yes. Get out of here.
Hold on. There is a Thor 4 confirmed, and it's titled Love and Fun.
Yeah, I saw.
This is going to be a
I see you in the chat, Dot. I think you are muted, though. Yes, it looks like you are muted there, Dot. Either that or you don't have a mic in.
Yeah, I see a mute button too. Or mute notification, whichever it is.
added a new game overlay feature that lets you overlay your chat and recent events on top of your game. Didn't they already have that?
Yeah, isn't that one of the standard plugins?
Yeah.
I was about to say, I was like, I'm pretty sure I tried using that once and wasn't a fan of it.
Okay. I'm pretty sure you can hear me, Dot, so I'll just go ahead what we're going to go over today. So I heard this crazy news that Suma came out. I don't know what to make of this news. It's crazy. So apparently we're going to talk about that. Don't know if you guys watched the last podcast. We also had some very interesting discussions about the state of the game due to its... Do we want to call it an update? It's limiting of goods now.
Yeah.
So that is something that we're going to be talking about as well again, because I feel it's very important. And they did do a small update in between the Suma and that update that was trying to alleviate the pain of experienced players, but failed miserably. So that is basically our main topics of today. As always, if there's any questions from your guys' chat while you're streaming, because I do see Bakor and you are on, make sure you try to voice that so we get that interactivity in the podcast there, or point them to my chat so I can definitely recognize their questions there. Don't believe there's any other big news for Space Lords at the moment.
No, I haven't heard anything yet either.
Yeah. I forget what I think their next one is it the heavy metal? On their roadmap, I think it is.
Sure.
Jay, see, if you're gonna use my footage, mute my stream because I have like some music playing in the background.
Okay. Looks like Dot left. Find out.
Saw something in the chat that it had to do with their password not existing. Not entirely sure what.
It's a new one. that moment that nothing wants to work for you.
That was me earlier.
Like, oh, are you trying to get shit done? Are you trying to have a podcast today? No. Let's change that.
Oh, you had a schedule today. You had a schedule. That's cute.
Right. Let me look at my schedule. Oh, you're not on there. I'm sorry. That's cute. You brought a little notebook and everything. There we go. If you guys want to see Botcorp, if you want to actually like play the game and play Suma, or keep it on talk show and podcast, that's up to you. Seeing as it's the main topic today. It's what everybody wants. Alright, we're just waiting on you, Dot, to find out what's going on with your situation. You got a problem because of the... Oh, you might have two-factor authentication that you might not have. Okay. Ooh. I don't see the mute thing on your icon anymore, so I take that's improvement.
Oh, it looks like it's working for him.
Oh,
But he didn't say nothing yet.
Yeah, no, that's what it's got me confused. Got us all waiting, man. No pressure. Yep, I do have one. Okay. I think I heard you. I think. Dot, not to be rude or anything, but I'm gonna give you about another 2 minutes there. Then we gotta get this show going. Oh, there we go.
I was about to say, I heard something.
Yeah, I hear you. Can you turn it up? barely hear you there.
Yeah, I can't hear them at all now.
Yeah, I can hear everything. I just can't hear
can hear
like
my
much.
echo.
Right, can't hear much.
I have the problem that this port, when I connected on my PC on website, they want a password that don't exist. Either Edit station or this port, I don't set the password. So I can
Yeah.
now try it with my phone, but mic sensibility is very, very low.
There we go. So I'm just let that. Botcorp, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. You there? Okay. And Comrade Kitty, you there?
Yep, I'm here.
I cannot hear the dog one.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but too low. Very low. Do up the volume a little bit.
Better?
Yeah, it's better, but still quiet.
Getting only closer to the mic. No, I'm on this.
And for the smaller one, I'm gonna assume Botcorp did not catch me there. Dot, what is your thought on Suma?
So for my opinion, the first and the two blueprints are not comparable to the rare. The first and the guard part of the buff from the skin is I like it. I wanted to play, but I'm not really sure of its work, how it's planned.
Okay. Comrade Kitty, what's your thought on Suma thus far?
She's very interesting, although I find it difficult. Her special is a little. It has a learning curve to it, so far as the others are concerned, too. I tried playing her in training solo, and her special does not activate in training solo, so it's kind of hard to check it out for yourself in training solo before you take her into full-on combat with other people. So I kind of hope that they maybe not switch it up, but maybe fix that for training solo. Maybe like have Huey, Dewey, and Louie, the other extras that you can play with, in there with you to actually activate her special, so you can get a better feel of it in training.
Okay.
To train is in 5th of cent. When you get to the second
Save issue.
with Grandpa,
Right.
then you can try out something. But it's the problem. When I do this, I see that it didn't work. The healing card
That's no problem. Botcorp, coming back to you, what do you think of Suma?
Suma, well, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't have the opportunity to play with Suma yet, but the
Okay.
character is beautiful. The mechanics, gameplay mechanics, are pretty confusing for me. Maybe because I didn't get the opportunity to play, but I was watching a lot of streamers, a lot of people playing. It kind of
Okay. Have you had?
feels like
You've had Suma on your team though.
my team.
Have you had Suma on your team? Have you like had her power used with you and stuff? Do you feel like she's helping your team?
Oh no, I never get the opportunity to play with her in my team either. It kind of
Okay.
looks, like a support character. Kind of feels like it.
Now, switching gears here, we have a problem, to say the least. More upper class, yes, more experienced players, people who've been grinding longer, are not playing the game as much. Reason being, they don't feel as rewarded as they used to ever since the Prize Galore update. Has this guys affected you in any way? I know you may not be as high up as some of the other players, but has it affect the lower bars any as well? Awkward?
Oh, in my opinion, I didn't notice any kind of less reward or anything like that. Every time I stream, I play. I have to get my pot or anything. I got like a lot of gold, like a 6,000. I believe the less goal I got was like 5,000 or something like that. That was the minimum that I get. So, in my opinion, I didn't notice, or I didn't know why a lot of people, very experienced people from the space world community, are still saying like it's not that reward. Like, oh, I want the old system. I want to put it back because this one is not giving me the rewards I want, the goals, the experience, the blueprint, something that I heard a lot of people talking about. It was like the blueprint. In my own experience, I'm getting more blueprints all the time. Like, see, you check out my videos and my streams. I'm been getting blueprints in the streams.
Okay. I did notice that the lower you are, the more blueprints you get, which is something I was wanting to make sure of there. So it seems like the lower bars it's not affecting as heavily as the upper or middle bar around.
Well,
Dot,
my MMR is pretty low. It's 18%. I am under 100 levels, like 80 levels. Maybe that's why.
okay. Dot, have you had any bad experience with the Prize Galore update?
Yes. I wish I can say more good things, but the more I think about the new system, that I less like it.
Mm-hmm.
It stops new players for getting up XP, and that makes all other not really. So there are no other questions when the players not can be leveling. For a small example, my best day when I call it was 12 levels on one day. Show me that today.
Right. What is your blueprints? Are you getting blueprints regularly at least?
Now, the blueprints kills the motivation. Absolutely. When you're a low player, you get one blueprint at another, while you should you should build the gun. This costs you gold. Gold is never more the big problem since the update, but if you go up, so if you go higher level, you don't get the blueprints. I wait 4 days for my second chance to get a rare print for Zuma. 4 days.
Now that's a good point there. That rare ones are very hard to get now.
4 days, I must.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'm not proud of it, but then I must lower my MMR and play with a treasure hunting gun that I have positive chance to get the gun. And I know
Absolutely.
that it was I can make with my level, with my gold status that I have. All that they not have this can probably spend weeks to get this done.
Absolutely. Comrade Kitty, what's your opinion on the Prize Galore update? Are you having some struggles like the rest of us here?
I don't know if struggles, but I'm not entirely happy with how it's working out right now. I feel like I've seen a definite decrease in the amount of blueprints I've been getting. I think I only got one this last prize galore update,
Right.
finishing the chest itself. And I don't know, I like the fact that it makes everything random. If you go into quick play, you're not looking for a specific blueprint on one specific stage or anything like that. So I like that it's making us go and, play various ones or just play the same one over and over and over again if we like that one. But I'm not happy with the amount of blueprints that they seem to be taking away. And maybe they're hoping with like the monthly setup that kind of makes up for it. But honestly, it takes you until, I'm looking at it now, 70 points until you even get 3 random normal blueprints. And then it's 112 until you can get 2 rare blueprints. So unless you're playing upwards of 10 hours a day for the entirety of the month, it's going to take you forever to get up there.
Now let's touch on that subject right quick, because we did that in the last podcast and we found out that if you are limiting somebody's per day play, and then you also have this monthly accumulated pot at the end, it seems that it's forcing people, because not everybody's going to play every day. Let's be realistic. We all got lives, jobs, and so on and so forth. It seems like it's forcing you to play matches where you're not going to be highly rewarded in order to try to get the monthly pot there. I think that's something that they need to work on there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I feel like they could easily cram pack the quick play with more rewards if they wanted to, especially because it takes on the low side 5 hours, on the high side 12 hours for the pot, for the end of the pot to open up for you anyway. I don't know. I feel like they could add a lot more. They've also added the sudden death thing. I finally just ran into that during a mission. And if you do a sudden death thing perfectly, maybe you get an extra blueprint or an extra XP boost or something like that. Something to kind of pad the pot a little bit more.
Absolutely. So
that's the things that not match together. Was a perfect example is when you have for example, one player start his first game and it's very important for him to win this match where he has good rewards, and his 3 team members are playing for the pot. For there, it's better they lose. When they lose, the rewards came into the pot and your MMR goes down.
That is true.
A really scary example to make: if someone play a whole day the complete shit, is his spot bigger than he play good, and on the next
that
day,
is true.
His MMR is very low for thinking, and he start an end tech match and get support out the end, and win.
Let's touch on that. That's a very good point. Let's touch on that. We've all had instances, and it's not something new, where people are throwing matches. That is something that's been a part of this game, to whether lower the MMR because they don't want to go any further. You go above 65 and you just don't want to be on the struggle bus anymore against AIs that can shoot you around the corner. So people lower their MMR at that higher tier, but now you're bringing up a good point that some people are just lowering it easier accumulated pot, which is a second chance reward for one match. One. And so they don't have to play out those, the 4 matches before. They could just throw those matches, and that's throwing things off all over the place now. Do you guys think that this is something they need to adjust altogether, both in the MMR and in their system? We'll go back to you, Botcorp. What do you think about that?
Well, the MMR system, it needs to be adjusted for real, because I have matches with pretty high level players that always are killing me, winning the match. Sometimes I play 2 matches, I only win 1 or 2. because every single match that I got is a high level player. It doesn't matter if they coming like an antagonist or if they coming like uh, a raider. It always seems to be like a
Right.
high level players. So it for real it needs to be adjusted a little bit. But I understand the MMR systems. See, there is not a lot of people playing at the same time. They put you with high level players, with whatever people is there, you know. So there is another problem: is the size of the community. You know? People playing.
Absolutely. Comrade Kitty, what's your thoughts on this?
I mean, there's got to be a way to stop people from. I don't even know what the term would be. I like purpose other than just saying that they're purposefully throwing the matches, but there's
Right.
there's definitely got to be a way to. I don't know. At that point, it would get into trying to monitor their gameplay and seeing how active they are. If they're just moving around and just staying in one spot, if they're actively, shooting and trying to be the actual antag on that part, or if they're, well, even with the normal one, if you move around for a certain, for a certain period of time, if you don't move around, you get booted from the game. So who knows? I don't know, but there's got to be like an algorithm or something like that to see like, hey, you've thrown the last 5 matches in a row. Like you got less than like a 2 in your last 5 matches. What's going on here,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that will add to the traffic in trying to get matches with other people or not. It probably will if it's going by a totally different algorithm at that point. But I don't know. The MMR is a really like imperfect system, but unfortunately, it's so ingrained in it right now. The game is so ingrained in it that I don't see how they could improve it other than adding different algorithms to see if people are throwing the game or not.
Okay. Dot, what do you think about the situation we're in right now?
Stuck.
That's a good word for it.
Yeah. When I start for but let me.
Trying to find the right word for it, or
In general, the MMR system is that I learn it or how I know how it works. I found it's good, and I believe, for wish example, we have 2,000 players plus every time, 42 hours, 7 days a week. The MMR system will work. That's it.
Okay.
What I think. But with the numbers that I can show in the internet, it's useless. It's not functional. It's a nightmare.
So you're just saying it could use a little improvement. Overall, I think we all can sense that it can use an adjustment. It's not a great system. It is.
Now, how many max players exist? This is one of
I can't say how
I have.
many exist on each one because we also have 2 different consoles in PC to worry about, which also definitely throws it in with crossplay there. Anytime a crossplay game comes out, there is always a skill gap between the 3 that is also factored in. To me, I found that simpler solution may be in order here with a difficulty system. I know it may not be perfect, but it may speed up the game. What would you guys think about something similar to the training session where they got, the normal, hard, insane mode, and the rewards go up based on which one you're completing? Another one that would tie into that in order to make it work is we need to see how many people are on. It may not be an exact number. We just need to see how many people we could play within our group. I should say, our MMR, or in that difficulty, what have you. I think this would definitely address the situation that we're having in there. Bobcorp, what would you think of that?
Or some kind of difficult system and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I never. But this is for single player only, like a training session and stuff like that.
Like the training session, you know how you can go into the training session, you have
Yeah.
medium, hard difficulty. What if we take that over to the actual
Oh,
online?
the multiplayer could be neat.
Yes.
Could be pretty nice because people. It could be like a server browser. You know, so you are in this level one, you go to the level one queue. So you are in the level
Right.
two, you go to the level two. Yeah, it could be pretty nice. That could be help a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know really how
We have enough
the game works
players.
with the servers and stuff
Wait
like
one
that.
second, Dot. Wait one second.
But yeah, it could be pretty awesome to have something that guides the people. Oh, you want hard matches? Go to the hard queue or something like
Mhm.
that. You know, that's could be pretty nice.
Okay, Comrade Kitty, what would you think of that system?
I think we talked about that in one of the past podcasts, and I think that would be the way to go about it. I think we also suggested that there be more. I think what Overwatch is trying to do now, where they're trying to do more of, with the Overwatch 2 supposedly coming out, where it's going to be more focused on the lore, and everything,
Right.
like single player, like that. I feel, and again, trying to split the game would be difficult right now, but I feel
Right.
would help with a lot of maybe traffic issues, and of course with the player difficulty sort of stacking, because the last
Right.
couple of times we've been playing Fistful of Sand, we've been, pardon my language, but we've been eating shit on it lately. Like we just been getting our faces rubbed in it. So the difficulty tier is kind of all over the place, I feel, right now, and adding a single player cinematic playthrough mode would probably help with that a little bit.
So you want to add a single player to the game altogether, just something that can be
Yeah,
played
I feel like that would
solo.
help a little bit.
Okay. Dot, what would you think about these possible solutions here?
With enough player option, but right now the queue times will explode and we have less games than before.
Okay. So you're not behind this solution. You don't think it would work per se?
Now, what I calculated, we have 70 levels, and for 70 levels we need 5 players to make it a whole game. So 4 raiders, 5.
What if the level was randomly chosen? What if you just plugged in a difficulty and it chose a level for you?
Better, but
And we do that in quick play, don't we?
I'm not sure. And why happens this purple high level player with a high MMR get matched up with players they start the game the first time? And that after 10 minutes in the queue.
That is true.
There's only one reason. We are the only 4 guys they're searching in this map on the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
And you can make a difficult system, you can change the MMR to a personal MMR that's not for the team it's skill, also for the team it's, sondern that's for each player singular. It's when your MMR is high, you get more damage, you make less damage, and with your MMR down, you take less damage and make more damage for each player in the unit. But yeah,
To go back to your Antag thing, that is a very good point. I think the Antag would definitely not have to be per se. If we did have an easy mode, they couldn't play in that mode definitely because that would just destroy the part of the easy. That would just get rid of the point there. So if you want a Antag free zone, maybe the easy mode is to do it, but you don't get great rewards doing it. Maybe you don't get a rare blueprint in there, so it's going to force you to go up to that next step. It's going to force you to take a risk in the normal or Doom guy died here mode. So I think this is something we need to explore because all the players have experienced some form of grief with the MMR system, and it is a very hard system to adjust because it has a lot of things not working for it. It's basically doing more than what was intended of it. You got an Antag who could be playing his heart out, could be throwing. Yeah, MMR can't do anything about that. It just goes by what a number says. You got 4 different individuals playing in the game who may or may not be team working together or who may just be throwing the match to accumulate a pot. This is also something that's working against the MMR.
What I prepare from a level 10 by MMR. If you not die every 30 seconds, he's broken.
I think that might actually be the bar at the lower end of the MMR system, but just think it can't be impossible to implement a difficulty system in sections and also tell us how many people are playing that. There are plenty of games out there that tell us how many people are playing any particular mode on any particular game. There are plenty of free to play games that do that now because they want you to have transparency in seeing what the activity is, and just being able to take a look at a glance will players at ease, I feel like. Is there any other things that this game could add or adjust that would increase the player base, retain them? I know we've gone over this before, but there's always new ideas coming up every time I come on stream here. Botcorp, what would be your ideas for the game?
So can you elaborate a little bit more for the question?
What new innovations would you add to the game that would either retain players, create excitement for the game itself? What things would you like to add or see added?
Well, I was watching the podcast, the last ones that you did, and a lot of people was talking about like a more reward stuff like that. But Warframe is a pretty good example where you get rewards all the time. You don't even get motivated to continue playing because you don't even know what you're gonna do with those rewards. It's a pretty hard one. Yeah, let me tell you, it's a pretty hard one because it doesn't matter what you do. If the new players, or well, it could work. It could work for more high skill levels players. Like, oh man, I'm bored on doing the same thing over and over and over. Let's play this new campaign, or let's play with this new weapon or stuff like that. But for new players to keep playing the game, it's kind of hard because it doesn't matter what you do. Everything is gonna be new for them. So how you gonna keep motivate that person to continue playing the game? See, everything that he sees is like a new. He's discovering. I believe the discover part. This game is pretty awesome. I want to continue playing. Maybe that could be a motivation, but it's kind of hard to keep people playing the game over for years, over and over and over and over.
I don't think that it's impossible. Warframe, as you said, is a game that is innovating. It probably has one of the largest free-to-play bases out there to date. It is always pushing the envelope of what is possible in a free-to-play game. And I do believe what Shani's saying here. I'm gonna touch on this chat real quick. There should be rewards for higher MMR difficulty. That's something that should be naturally in the game. If you play harder, if you're at, there's no reason for people to play at the 100 MMR. Let's be honest. There's no reason you want to go there, other than your personal gratification for doing it. You get to say I did it, but that's it. If reward for that, I believe people would take the incentive to do it. I just wanted to touch on that, Shawnee. You just bringing up a very good point there. Comrade Kitty, how would we expand on this game? How do we get people in here? What do we need to do to fix it, to get people in the door, keep this game going forward?
I know one idea we had was, expanding more on the cinematic universe. I feel like adding more cutscenes and things like that would keep people interested. I know Warframe, we were talking about that, and I love Warframe as a game as well. But it seems like not even every year. It's like every couple of months they come out with a new cinematic or something, or a new character that the community helped build. And they're just always adding new things to the game. And stagnation is something that you always have to be careful of in video games as a general rule, anyway. But I think another idea that would be good is that they have the comics is kind of a standalone entity as well. Maybe adding more cinematics from the comics in there and adding more to the lore that way, I feel like would keep people's interest for a while, and would definitely help new people understand this is why they're doing it. This is why the game is as it is. Because as an ex-newcomer, I'm only been playing the game for a couple of months now. But as someone who is still new to the game and new to the lore of the game, I'm like, well, why does it seem like Alicia has such a thing against Shay? Because Herrick, likes Shay and things like that. It's like, oh, in the comic, that's why. Okay, I got it now. But in the game, they don't mention or allude to that at all. It's your own assumption that they're making. And I guess one other thing I thought of is more in the way of marketing. They could easily hook up, someone with, 1 million plus subs on either YouTube or Twitch or whichever they want to go with, and give them basically everything in the game more or less for free, and be like, hey, do like a 30-minute video of this, just going through all the characters, and let us know what you think of the game. Just help us get this out. Yeah, help us get this out to your audience. I think you guys would enjoy it. Just help us out with this. And let's say they don't get to it for like, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks, whatever. Then they take it away, obviously. But I feel like they could be harder hitting with their marketing, and help in that regard too.
Right. I know we've always talked about Mercury Steam marketing, and how we say that they're probably hard up on the budget, especially they're in a foreign country, at least to me.
Yeah, same.
And so you got that marketing for a different country is a whole lot different. There's a whole lot of rules actually involved, and to what you can do. But there is places on the internet that are pretty much open for every gamer. There's places that we definitely like to meet up. Discord we're using right now. I don't see anything in that little bubble there. Twitch, putting your own stream on the main page. You can request that. There's sponsor streams. These are very easy things to do for a company, I think, and I think they do need to take that next step. Because that is
especially with Suma's voice actress, is Quiet from Metal Gear. So, they definitely got a boost in that regard from the voice actress, but they could do so much more with their core audience, gamers, and reaching out to them in some capacity.
Absolutely. And I do see Bachor player retention is pretty hard for many developers who are trying to figure it out. That's an excuse. I'm gonna say that right now. That's an excuse. there are plenty of companies out there that have these players. We got Microsoft, or I guess I forget which studio has it now, but Halo, for instance, out the door every time, out the time. They don't even, half the players don't even play the multiplayer; they play the single player, because they've created a universe that people are interested in. They want more. It's not hard to retain a person if you got a good product. You just also got to make sure you put the product out in front of the masses. I know we've been delaying on getting to you, Dot, and I apologize, but what would be your new innovations that you think this game needs or needs to push out immediately? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now we're playing on this side of the consumer here. Let's jump the fence real quick. Let's go inside the corporate here. What? This game is a free to play, and they need money. What things could they do and charge for that you think they would help this game? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so they just need people to stay before they can even worry about the money in your book. Comrade Kitty, going in reverse order here. What would be your tour in the company office? How are we making money here?
Again, unfortunately, in that aspect, you kind of have to lose or spend a little money to at least get most of that back. I think that's just a broad term for most businesses anyway. So, in the case of, going for someone with, some kind of influential power or, reach or something like that, or a new audience or something, I feel like would be the best way to get the most bang for your buck, so to speak. They have to reach out with some really good sort of setup in order to get any sort of return back, because I feel like the way they're going now, especially in getting someone that most gamers would recognize from a very well-known game, it is kind of the best way to go about it. So if they could get more star power, I guess, in that way, I feel like that would help them out in the long run. In the short run, yeah, it would be difficult to get the funds around that, to give out, let's say, I don't know, 20 basically fully loaded game tags to people and say, here, put out, at least a 30-minute video, playing the game, and, we would greatly appreciate it. They would probably take a decent amount of hurt from giving away basically all of the content for free, but, the clout that they would get from that would probably help them way more in the long run of it.
Okay, so basically we're both agreeing here. Dot and you are agreeing that they basically just need to retain players. Even so, it seems like no matter which way we're looking at it, it seems to be the same issue. Bob Corp, if you were in the corporate office right now, how are you making more money on this game?
I'm making more money on this game. Whoa.
You came into the boardroom very excited.
that's pretty high one, because that's what they're trying to do since the beginning, I believe, with the new content, with the new characters. There is a pretty high issue right now. A lot of people knows about the game. We check it out, the numbers in the Steam charts. We got pretty low numbers. Most of the time for PC only, it's like for Steam players only, it's like less than 100 players. For Microsoft, I don't know. In PS4 and Xbox One, I don't know how many people are playing over there. But I
would say we definitely have the smallest community for Space Lords. We definitely have the smallest community.
Yeah, that's the main.
One of them, anyway.
That's the main issue, not a lot of people over here. This community has like a deep focus to keep the game like that. You can buy some skins, you can do some stuff, but you're not gonna be able to keep the company afloat or make them more, or help them make the money just by putting like $10 over here, $20 over there. Well, one thing that they should do is try to bring more players, make some campaign, some trailers, put some trailers that people can know about the game. I believe in.
Okay.
So
we seem to have all agreed. Not to cut you off there, but it seems like we all agree. No matter if you're on the consumer side or on the corporate side, we all agree that the problem is player retention. More Nesca skins, by the way. I saw that Requiem. Always a plus. Now, this game is put itself in a precarious spot. Reason being is we all know that most of us know that it comes from another game, Raiders of the Planet. They didn't do the greatest of jobs. And then they had to revamp the game, and they probably broke the bank when they did it because they were going out on a limb on it. They really wanted this to succeed. I feel like this game is missing something on both ends. It needs new players, obviously, to bring in more money. But on the other side, looking at the game right now, we need new content. Got the Suma character. I give the community about maybe 3 more weeks before Suma runs dry. That Suma tank runs empty. And then we're done. And then it's the only reason some players came back. I actually watched the streams, and we had some players who haven't played Space Lords in a while come back because they were like, Suma, she's out.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're already playing it, and they're like, I can see it on stream. They're literally like, it's not great. And then they're about to walk out the door again to whatever's new. What?
Works correct. I see the biggest problem right now by Suma is when your pain damage is by 90% and you want to canceling the skill, and in the same time you want canceling somewhat get punched and buff gets gone, also it's automatic gone, you have to push the button. if someone right in front of you, you give him the buff, and he get one shot and you are dead. And there's nothing you can do about not dying. But if you press not, you die. If you press, you die. What you do?
To press or not to press?
Right, to die in this way or to die in the other way. That is an interesting dilemma that Suma brings to herself. But Corp, you're getting at what I'm getting at here. We need more campaigns. Let me say this very carefully. I'm looking at the camera here. Do not, in any circumstance, make a campaign like the Fifth Council. Don't do it.
Oh,
don't just do it. If you've got it drawn on the board, get rid of it. Just get rid of it right now. So I'll wait. As long as you tell me that's what you're doing, I'll wait. Because nobody wants that. But we do want a new campaign. I think if they made a new campaign and then advertised with this new campaign, we would strike gold. What is a campaign that I'm pretty sure we've all dreamed of a campaign in our head. At least if you played this game long enough. You can drop it in chat if anybody's in the chat and you've dreamed of a campaign scenario. What would be your campaign that you would like to see added to the game? Dot, what's your campaign?
Campaign I didn't know. Last era in the thing.
Ever had an idea for what you wanted to see in the game for like campaign?
Yeah, maybe that someone that won't actually play to repeat they can. It's not a real campaign, but some levels I think.
We actually did talk about a PvP mode. I think in 2 of our other podcasts, and everybody agreed that it would be fun. And they would probably have to be limited to 3v3 just to keep it area small enough. The power is a little bit balanced and tactical. And there would also have to, unfortunately, be ledges on every side because some characters just don't do well without them.
No, that's
Oh,
yeah,
and that's a thing there.
the most. But a duel, also 1-on-1, no bots, for they liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the biggest programmer, but I think this mode can't be easy at. But the level is there, the character is there. All they have to do is create or mix it in another way together.
Comrade Kitty, what is your? I knew you got a campaign. If you say you don't have a campaign, what campaign scenario did you dream in your head?
Not that I know the specifics or how to go about making it, but I would personally, just because she's my absolute favorite for Panther mode, I would love to see how we get Ginebra. And, because I have 3 more of the campaigns to complete rather. I don't know if she gets covered in those. I don't think she does. But, I would, not even just Ginebra, but I would very much like to see how each of these raiders suddenly come under Herrick's influence, more or less. Like I said, I'm a sucker for the comics. I like seeing more cinematics. I like seeing how all the characters, fit into everything in this lore. But I feel like Ginebra's map itself would be very interesting. I feel like it would be very platform heavy, because of how fast and how high she can jump in her Panther form. But I would love to see a map sort of dedicated to Ginebra.
Okay, maybe a Ginebra buff too.
Yeah.
We'll just throw that in there. Botcorp, what would be your idea campaign? What are you thinking here? What we need? What's this campaign? Give it to me.
Well, I don't have a pretty good idea. Oh, the campaigns has to be like this, like that. But I believe correct Kitty really hits the nail in the head. We had a lot of characters that we don't even know where they come from. You know, we were playing with them, having fun and everything. I never saw a rap coming from some place, you know, telling me so. I never see Ginebra telling me, oh, I'm Ginebra, glad to meet you, you know? Dude, I never saw like a Suma now. We got Suma, we got a little short video, that's it. You know, where's the campaign of Suma, you know?
Right.
That I believe Karate Kid hit the nail in the coffin with that. Every single of those characters that they still no reveal, still no participate in any cutscene. I believe it's time for them to begin to flesh out those part of the lore, you know.
So basically, everybody's saying they want an origin story. They basically want Overwatch here. They want the origin edition.
Yeah.
And
I
so-
actually have a comment on my chat. This is actually from my fiance, so it's kind of cheating. But he said, Beharit comes back and causes a boss rush. Aneska, Spider, Kuzman, and a revamped Beharit across 3 missions. That would be painful, babe.
He's the masochist. And it's, I'm trying to think about it in my head, and he's a masochist. Interesting.
It could be so much.
I like the story behind it. I may not like the
missions that are all mind over matter.
But I think we all agree that we want origin stories here. What if we had a campaign of separate, one-offs of the origins? I don't think we need full 4-piece campaign, because I think that may be what did it in for the Fifth Council. They were trying to cram so much in there. But maybe you just have one well-developed level for, the origin of this character, beginning, closing animation, so on and so forth. And you have 4 of those for a chapter, These are the Raider origins. These are the Fifth Council origins, so on and so forth. I think that is something that is doable. I think that's because you're taking it one step at a time. You're not trying to tie so much together. So that's something I think they could definitely look into there. Chat here saying near fight, what do you think of merchandise store like figures, cups, silly small things like chains? For that, they need to make money. Just because I've been in the retail business and I know the beginning to ending cost, and it's not a cheap startup at all. Truth be told, it's easier to do an independent game than it is to get a merchandise store set up, at least here in the US.
Well, I don't know, because there's sites like Redbubble where they could easily sell various different merch there at.
They could sell the
relatively low
design
cost.
independently, but if they want to retain, more sell for that, they're going to want to do that in house. But Redbubble and things like that also don't check things very well. Somebody else could submit, a Ginebra booty on a shirt, poof, and next thing you know, they're making all kinds of money.
Yeah.
And
but it's at least start off with. It would be a good, stepping stone.
That is something. Let's see. These campaigns are not long either, like us. A Botcorp said he paid premium for that. I bet you. most of us would pay.
I would pay for every single color of a shirt like that.
Probably. And I would probably wear it during our podcast. Idea Mercury King. But I think that about wraps it up today. I don't see any new questions in chat. I always conclude with this last question. If you could tell Mercury Steam one thing right now, what would it be? This could be good or bad. Dot, what would it be?
Give the beginners they can up to this point
Okay. Well, he's making a ransom demand there. Comrade Kitty, what would you, or say, I should say?
What would I would like to tell Mercury Steam?
Yes.
Please give me a plushie of the Pachaka Minty, please. I just read about that in Rack's file, and I need like 5 of those in my life now.
I actually think they'd be really, really awesome. Could put those at a doorway and probably scare somebody too.
Right? You squeeze them and they go.
Terrible thoughts. Right? I could already think of terrible thoughts with these. Botcorp, what would you tell Mercury Steve?
Well, I really like the game. I really like the work that they're doing with this game. I am pretty new to the game, to be complaining about it, stuff like that. I'm having a lot of fun. I believe that the campaign thing, that's my only problem, you know, because I still have a lot of content to discover, but I kind of see that I will need to see more stuff, you know, to play more new stuff. Because the existing content is already, I already saw it. People playing it already, you know. Even if I never touched it, but I saw people playing already and stuff like that. So we need more content.
Absolutely. Well, I think that concludes it for today. I do see on chat you have a great game. Stop screwing it up. I think that's the message of everybody everywhere who's ever played this game. Especially seeing where it's come from to where it's going to where we ended up now. It's got its highs and lows. But thank you guys for joining us. If you make sure to check out Botcorp, he's got currently a giveaway going on to win, I think, another Visa card. So that's cash money. Just watching Botcorp TV. So if you like watching Twitch and you like the idea of winning cash, Botcorp. Dot 1Q is on whenever he's on. Same thing with Comrade Kitty. Be sure to check them both out in their Space Swords content. And we will see you on the next podcast in 2 weeks. Check back on next Sunday. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, thanks as always.
Go. And I'll put that on mute. All right. Botcorp, quick question though.
Yeah.
Do you always do the Visa gift card giveaways like every 2 months?
Yeah, we got already 2 years doing it.
Oh, did you?
It's not Visa card, it's a PayPal donation. And a 25
Oh.
Steam gift card. So see, you don't have the platform Steam, buy the loot from the Space Rose or anything like that, you can pay for the PayPal donation. So you can
Nice. I just always checking on your stream. You always got a new giveaway going
Oh
on.
yeah, we already have giveaways. Every single week we got $5 Steam cards for the people that support the stream with yeah.
All right. Well,
I always
I'm kind of.
try to incentivize the people to watch the stream at the same time to support the viewers because nobody's supporting the viewers, you know.
Once I have money, I want to do that.
Right. You cut out for a second there.
Yeah, just trying to support the viewers, you know. That's what it is.
Right. So I'm kind of jelly. I think I'm gonna do a giveaway. You got me all mad over here. I need to do it. I need to step up my game. Like you're making me look bad.
Yeah, a lot of streamers do giveaways. I saw one streamer at one point that it was doing like free Nintendo Switch or television, so stuff like that. I said, wow, I don't even know how they do that. Well, that's a pretty good giveaway.
If you're giving away anything that's over like $25, because I'm cheap like that. If you're doing anything over $25, you're balling.
Yeah.
And I don't see why anybody wouldn't watch your stream. at least for that particular moment.
I really
It's also
like-
smart too that you have it tied to just your viewership. So, thank you guys for joining. You guys have been awesome. If you ever want to have a topic you want to discuss or anything like that, be sure to reach out to me. I will catch you guys whenever I catch you.
Alrighty, thank you again.
Take care.
Yeah, people. Thank you for being in the streams. Any questions? That was a space load post about Sumo. We were talking about how to improve the presentation game. We were talking about new campaigns, about a lot of stuff. I hope you like what you heard and what you saw. We basically were putting trailers about space loads. Gameplay because I couldn't play, couldn't get ready, hot in my room. And this is pretty crazy for me to play. If I play games, I crash. I'm crashing, but crash. That's one of the reasons I didn't any game. Have any opinion about the podcast, you know, in the chat. And thank you for the loot. Let me see. I'm gonna say welcome to the stream, Mr. W31 Suda. Thank you for coming. Ray Kings, thank you for coming to the stream. Pretty awesome. 31 Suda. Thank you for coming. Yeah, I'm pretty quiet. Ray Kings, thank you. Pretty quiet. I don't know why. I am so quiet. Yeah. There. Quiet. I didn't see that coming. Yeah, super quiet, but it's not like a backup because I believe that. Let me see something pretty quick. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I believe that Discord. Yeah, I believe that Discord. Yeah, the Discord on do something. Close it. Yeah, I believe that Discord. Let me see if I can from now on. It does better. Yeah, it looks like Discord has do something. Volume. What is stuff? It only happens every time I play Discord. Every time I that stuff like that. Stuff like that happens. My mic. Try to refresh everything. Stuff up everything. Stuff up. Wow, yeah, it's super bad. Stuff up. Wow, yeah, it's super bad. Wow, yeah, it's super bad. Yeah, Demonic Curiosity, welcome back. Welcome back to the stream, Mr. Demonic Curiosity. Yeah, Demonic Curiosity, welcome back. Welcome back to the stream, Mr. Demonic Curiosity. Yeah, Demonic Curiosity. Yeah, I believe it's working better now. Yeah, I believe that the score does something to the sounds. I believe it's working better now. Yeah, I believe that the score does something. Yeah, it does something crazy to the sounds of the microphone and everything like that, because I usually play loud with the same settings. I don't know why it's so low today, but I'm pretty sure it's the Discord. I take them out already. It's supposed to be better now, but I don't know. I I take them out already. It's supposed to be better now, but yeah, the other podcast that I have, it was like that too. It was my voice was pretty crazy, slow and everything. For them, it was pretty high. You know, they told me like good. For my strengths, it's always get like that. I had to do some research into it because I don't like the results either. I had to do some research into it. Uh, I'm trying to. I'm checking out the sounds while I'm talking. Yeah, people, the podcast is already done. The people that we were talking, those are pretty good, active members of the Space Lords community. They play more than me. They are high levels players. They got like more time playing the game with me than me. So they cannot give them their opinion from time to time to see if they can give it that feedback to make Christine to improve the game. Because there is a lot of little things. Maybe I don't notice it 100% because I'm new and I'm basically having fun with the game. You know, I'm not paying too much attention to the statistics. I'm not paying too much attention to the numbers. You know, but they are. You know, they are players that have so many years playing the game, like 2-3 years. They don't wanna just keep. If they see something wrong, they're gonna talk about it. You know, Killer J, welcome to the stream. Killer J, welcome to the streams. It was just a little high. Oh, really? For you was high, right? In the Discord. Oh, for my stream was super low. For my stream was super low. The morning Killer Joe says, I have heard that issue before. Fuzzy has also had an issue when she used Discord. It does something to the volumes. It lowers something. Yeah, I have to get into it. I had to look into it because I believe, yeah, for Killer J, for the other guys, it was pretty good or super high. For me, it was like a super quiet. My stream is super quiet. For a lot of you guys, it's super quiet. But yeah, I believe I have to do some research, check it out. I believe there is something over there in the Googles that we can check it out to see if we can improve that. Because, I'm super loud in all my streams. I don't know why it's so quiet today. The morning Kitty just says, be right back again. Okay, the morning Kitty just, we're gonna be here maybe 5 or 10 minutes more. You know, so if you have any question, people, don't forget to put in the chat. We were talking with a pretty active member of the Slurs, trying to analyze, you know, talking about the current changes of the game, trying to look solutions for to retain players in the game too. Some people doesn't stop playing the game. One of my opinions is that I don't really know why people stop playing the game, because Space Lords is entertaining, man. It's pretty entertaining. Another thing that keeps me playing the game is that I don't get into the statistics a lot. You know, I don't get into the numbers and stuff like that all the time. How much reward we get, how much is, because for me it's kind of begin to feel like a job. And I don't want my games to feel like a job. I want to have fun. I want to be playing, you know, so without. But I really understand why high-level players that play this game like for 2-3 years, you know, suddenly they get like a less reward, stuff like that. You know, they will talk, they will say stuff, you know, they will say stuff. They're not gonna be like a let it pass, you know, because they have so many days, so many years, so many hours put into the game. You know, sometimes they got like a lot of money put into it. They're very invested, so they want the game to do good, you know, the people to stay playing the game, the community to be bigger, you know, because I see a lot of players playing with the same against the same antagonists, against the same players, over and over and over. Some of them are in that high level, so high level that only like they always play with the same high level. So stuff like that, it needs to change. It's hard for me again to notice that because I'm pretty low level player, 18% MMR. So I almost get few with matches, with new people all the time. So for me, it's not that difficult because I get in my matches with different people. Sometimes, sometimes I get high level players that kick me right away, destroying me without mercy all the time. Like I say in the podcast, from 10 matches, sometimes I got like only win like a 1 or 2 matches because the other 8 matches are against people that really know how to play. I just go over there to be a sandbag, something that I'm not supposed to be because matchmaking system supposed to matchmaking system supposed to be fixing that problem. Supposed to match you with people in your in your own levels. Let's say you are level 15, you're gonna be matched for people from level 10 to level 20. Maybe that the range. I don't know which the range that Microsoft thing is using, but maybe I believe that's gonna be all something close to what they're using. Maybe you're gonna be matched with people from level 10 to level 20. So kind of has the same game stack, kind of has the same knowledge, skills and stuff like that. But it's not happening because the community is not that big. So in the queue there is like a high level player. You're gonna be queue with that guy no matter what because matchmaking systems always have one to put people together in the match. So there is no low level players. See, there is no low level players to match with you. They're gonna match you with whatever they have in the team. So that's why I say fixing the MMR. It has to be fixed. It has to be some solution, for the game because it's kind of killing it for a lot of people. It's kind of killing it for a lot of people. But we need to take in account. That the size of the community, the amount of the people playing, it affects a lot. It affects a lot of the matches. It's affected because if you don't have enough people to play, they're gonna push you with whatever people they have in pocket. That's gonna be. If that happens, Willow Breakers again that we used to play all the time. It happens almost in every single game. It happens in Halo. Almost every single game that has like the matchmaking and it happens. One system that was pretty effective back in the days that we were using all the time was like the cyber browser system. A lot of people used to basically matchmake by themselves, matchmake by themselves by going all to the respective queue. Like, I'm on low level. I'm on level 1. I go to the queue for level 1. I'm on level 2. I go to the level 2 queue. I'm on level 3. I go to the level 3. So stuff like that. Similar system that was talking in the podcast. With difficulty system. Maybe easy queue, medium queue, and a hard queue. So the people want to play hard, want to get a challenging match, and go to the hard queue. People that doesn't want to play hard, want to play the easy, very casual, go to the easy queue stuff. One of the problems I couldn't tell in the podcast was like it could divide a little bit the community, because there are a lot of people that are playing the hard queue. People from the easy queue, all the medium queue, 5 matches. It all depends on how many people are playing in the moment. I could be playing. This is something that has to be tested. It's something that has to be implemented, see how it works. But the idea is kind of neat, because it kind of bring those that way that we used to do back in the days in other games, like the cyber browser kind of style into the game, which is, in my opinion, was a lot effective. I don't know really the problems that server browser bring it the games. Maybe I don't know why the developers stop doing server browsers. Now it's more like matchmaking all the time. You know, assisted. I know a lot of people like it because you have to wait a lot. You know, until the computer, until the computer is match you with people. You know, it's kind of crazy. You know, sometimes in some games you don't have to wait nothing. See, the community is big. That's the thing. Matchmaking system. It depends a lot about how many players are playing in a certain moment. You know, how many players are playing right now. It's kind of it's kind of crazy. You know, see, if you don't have enough players, it's not gonna work. You know, in Los Records happens like that all the time. How in Los Records we were jumping from server to server, from region to region, from Europe region, Asia region, and North America region in order to get matches because every time you go to North America, there is no people, not a lot of people playing over there. You're not gonna get matches. You know, you're not gonna get matches never. So you need to jump to another region in order to play. You know, I don't know if it's something like that could be implemented in Space Lords, but it's not good either. That was pretty crazy. Be jumping from region to region in order to get matches. It was super crazy. Oh, thank you for the loot! W31 Sura, thank you for the loot. Thank you for support my streams with the loot. W31 Sura says, Joe, Mr. W31 Sura, how's everything is going up there? Yeah, I didn't notice I was playing this. Low graphics, but it was good. It was no difference at all between the low graphics, high graphics. At least for the streams. Not bad. The videos are pretty high quality. Because you put them in low graphics, it still retains some quality. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Doing the podcast. Killer J, Commander Peter. Doc 1Q is one of the guys that is hosting my streams, which is pretty nice. And yeah, Doc 1Q, Commander Kitty, and Killer J. Those are pretty awesome. I really like the podcast that Killer J is doing because he's pretty balanced. The questions are so good. I really want to keep talking more. You know, I really want to keep the voice in my longer because those are pretty tasty questions. He really knows what he's doing, and he really is he really wants to the game to be improved in some way, shape, or form. You know, he's very knowledgeable what is happening in the company and everything, as you saw, talking about the how the company is in right now, how who's doing, how everybody's doing, and how the game is working. The 1Q, it looks like he got a pretty good understanding of how the new updates are working. For him, it looks like he's not working because he's a pretty high level player. The 1Q is a pretty high level player, so people like that, yeah, those people like that have has a lot of time playing the game. They need more content. That's why I was talking about it. They need more campaign. They need more motivation to continue, you know, to continue playing the game. So that should be working, yeah, to see how they retain the players. It's supposed to all the updates that they're doing supposed to be helping in that regard, you know. Oh, it's new content, it's new patches, new stuff. Let's keep playing the game. But it doesn't always work. It doesn't always work. I don't know if you noticed that I was talking about. Doesn't matter how the developer does it. You know, he always. I didn't say it like that, but he always goes to the player decision. You know, it all depends on the players. The player likes the game, but still has some doubts and everything. It doesn't matter if he fixes it. You know, I see that behavior all the time. Like, I like this game, but it has this little problem. Then the developer fixes the problem. They say, "Oh, it's too little, too late," stuff like that. Like that can happen. So the time happens to lawbreakers too. When we used to play that, we used to get those update stuff like that. People say, "Oh no, it's too late for that update. I'm not gonna continue playing." Like really, man, the developer, you was like a couple months or let's say 1 year talking about this problem. He totally fixed it. Now you don't want to play because it's too late. It's like really, yeah. Players always have something, some ways to make a point, about some games stuff like that. Yeah, it all depends on the player. Player retention depends a lot about the players. Uh, the Warframe people is making a lot of content, but that doesn't guarantee they're gonna stay playing the game. You know? It happens almost in every single game. The content is good. It has to be. It has to be done. New campaign, new characters. It has to be done. Even if the game is free to play. Maybe you say, "Oh no, it's a free to play game." Man, free to play games. I was explaining that a long time. It has to be a big store. It depends on the store. The skins. You cannot put a store with 2, 3 skins. You cannot put a store with 2, 3 little things. You need to have content in the store. You need to have free-to-play games rely on the campaigns, on the stages. Special has a lot of campaigns. Don't get me wrong. There is a lot of content over there that I don't even play. Yeah, I see other people playing, like the Fifth Conceal campaign that people pro all the time. I never play that campaign, but I see the campaign. Yeah, it's pretty hard. It's one monster after another. It's pretty crazy. But the game needs more. The game needs more stuff because free-to-play games rely on content, rely on whatever they have to offer in order to make money. See, they don't have a great value over there. They don't have enough stuff. People not gonna buy it. For example, let's pause it over here. Check it out. This skin is pretty awesome. It's like it's beautiful skin for Rack. Kinda change. It's like another character. As you can see, it changed everything that you know about Rack. Colors, a lot of details, and yeah, those are no simple skins. They're pretty complex skins. It takes time to do and everything. But what happened? I don't like this skin. I don't plan to buy this skin for Rack. Maybe see they have another one I could buy, but this one I don't like it because it's not my taste. For some people, maybe it's the taste. That's what happened with the skins. Not everybody, not because you put something new in the store, people or everybody's gonna buy. Some people will say no, I don't like it. For this reason or that reason, or just I don't like it. Liking is pretty subjective. Liking is pretty subjective. Not always when people doesn't like something, it has like a reason why. Basically, almost all the time it's like reason for reasons. I don't know why, but I don't like it. Taste is pretty liking. Taste is pretty subjective. Match the taste and the liking of people is pretty hard stuff. It's very hard stuff. Player retention is one of the things that, even for a lot of people, it's kind of an excuse. It's still a pretty hard stuff. I was playing a game for many years called Planet Side 2. It has like more than 6 years in the market. It's a pretty awesome game. Created by Daybreaks Entertainment, published by Daybreaks, aka Sony Online. Used to call it Sony Online Entertainment back in the days. Now it's called Daybreak Games. The game has 6 years in the market. It's pretty awesome. High scale battles, 2,000 people against 2,000 people, in a huge map. You can go any base, you can find people. You're always gonna find people playing. But there is nothing over there, that really motivates the high level players to play because they were doing the same thing, capturing the bases, killing people, capturing the bases, killing people. It high level players has those weapons. They can kill people right away. And there is no challenging. There is no challenging over there, or other than they continue farming basically. For them, that's how they call it, farming. So the people that play exam has to create more content, has to create change the gameplay mechanics of the game, like to build more time in order to keep people playing. You know? The game is super awesome now. They change a lot of stuff. They put a lot of content. They still have the problem. Why? Because it's difficult to match the people's taste. You know, it's difficult to match. There is some people over there that has like a 3 or 4 years play. They don't want to play no more. They don't even know if they want to continue playing or they want to continue playing. The only thing they do is complain all the time. Like, oh man, this game needs this game needs that, this game needs this other thing. You know, sometimes they put those things in the game. They still not want to continue playing the game because it's something else. You know, it's pretty subjective. It's pretty stuff. But just because it's subjective, it's pretty hard to do it. You know, you cannot stop. You cannot stop updating the game, and I'm bringing more new content to the game. You know, just because of that. Because the day you do it, the day you do stop doing the content, you know, the day you stop developing, you gain basically asset in all you can value. I always like to show the space lords and space lords roadmap. Space lords roadmap. I always like to show it because kinda show it how they are doing things. You know, kinda show you a pretty. Oh, they're up. They're broadcasting. I don't know why sometimes it does the broadcast like this stuff. Yeah, let me check it out if I can see. Oh, it's gonna take a while for me to find out the roadmap. Let me see if I can go to the website. It should have a section with the roadmap in the website. So we can go all the time to the roadmap to check it out, to speak to the people and everything. And they don't have a section. Stages, factions, raiders, antagonists. So they need to have the roadmap. Yes, check it out right away. See if I can find it over here. Because it's very important we know this. They got a roadmap, they got a schedule. It doesn't matter how much we scream, change this, change that. They have to stick to their own schedules. You know? Player feedback is pretty important. Not because we voice our opinions, they are gonna be changes the game. You know, we expect that. We expect that every time that we see something, they change the game right away. But that is not gonna happen. See, they don't. See, they doesn't work for the game. You know? This is another thing. This is another thing. Things that are broken in the game are broken. They need to fix it. I don't have nothing. Demonic Kid Jojo say, finally back. Welcome back to the stream, Mr. Demonic Kid Jojo. Welcome back to the streams. We are talking about the Space Lords, about the podcast. It was pretty awesome. I was having a lot of fun. Kinda happy to be participating in the podcast. Oh man, what is the roadmap? I'm looking for the roadmap. That they should have a link directly to the roadmap, so we don't have so we can find the right way. I always go over there to check it out the roadmap. You know, I wish you go over there check it out because it's very important. You know. What's shouldn't. You used to have the picture right there, so you. Let me see. want to maximize so you can see better. Good morning, Kid Jojo. Is the podcast over? Yeah, the podcast has been over. I am continue talking a little bit. So you have any questions, so you have any question about any topic that you heard in the podcast, basically can answer you. I talk a little bit about what we were touching over there. We talk about Suma, the new character. That was pretty awesome. I didn't have any chance to play it yet, but a lot of those guys they have different opinions about the characters. But overall, pretty pleasant, experience with the characters. They like it a lot. Suma is a character. Spice things up, and getting a lot of fun. Suma cat, his voice, and the likeness from Stefan just a voice actor that worked. Metal Gear 5 as quiet sniper lady who's killing everybody. They're gonna kill you just okay. Maybe the score changes you make because your mic now is super low. Yeah, it's super low. Kill just okay. Maybe the score changes you make. Your mic now is super low. Yeah, it's kind of low. Even for me, it's kind of low. But I cannot do nothing on the fly. I believe the only thing that can help a little bit, good bit, the resetting everything, not restarting everything. But I'm not gonna do that. Monica Josh, it was cool to hear you on the podcast again, but I had to be away a lot because I was working around the house. Oh yeah, I understand. That's why I try to keep talking so you can hear me while I'm doing some stuff in your house or whatever. Because a lot of people came to the stream, they hear me while I'm working. A lot of people have like their own business and stuff. They hear my podcast or whatever I'm doing over here while they doing work, which is pretty nice. I really support the people consume their time in the way they want it, because there is no. What is the point to consume to content or whatever you consume one specific way? Or you only can do this in this way. I don't believe that is a good, I don't believe this is a good way to consume content. I always say to the people talk in the chat, say hi, ask questions, but at the end of the day, you wanna consume the content in the way you want it, You're gonna consume your content in the way you want it. You're not gonna consume content. Oh man, what is it? Picture with. What is the picture with the thingy? Well, I believe I'm gonna have to crank it out and do something. Space Lords. I have to use my imagination. Tab. That's super low. Yeah, I mean it's working right there. Yeah, the roadmap of Space Lord, they have like amenities that they want to do. They need the space skills. Now the creators can create rock skills and everything. People can be together and fight against it. I don't know if they get some specific skills rewards. They should have something, because what is the motivation to do space skills? Just play by games. I believe the game already has something like that. So the space skills. I don't know important, but I don't know. I don't have a guild. Maybe they got something. Maybe they earn something towards the guilds. The money can judge it. Yeah. Maybe they got something. Space Lord's identity. It can be. It came to the game. They changed the way the store looks. They put some more new content like skin for weapons and stuff like that. They they changed the way the antagonists spawn. They did a lot of stuff. They did a lot of little fixes and big fixes over there. A lot of people was waiting something because you can see like us Zion with different colors in the hairs and everything. We were at least a lot of people was waiting for a massive amount of skin, like 10 more skins, you know, for the guns, 10 more skins for the characters, 10 more skins, you know. I was waiting something like you customize, like change the little colors in your characters in order to work like that, like a little pieces in the hands and everything like that. You know, that's what I was waiting. It wasn't nothing like that. It wasn't nothing like that. It was like a couple of skins over here, a couple of skins over there. You got the swords, you got the the axe thing, rocket axe, rocket thing, propel axe, hammer or something like that. I don't know how to call it. I believe it's hammer. Call it hammer. You know, which is pretty good, but it wasn't nothing like people was expecting. You know. Then we have the team up or die. You know, the players can now coordinate and assign missions objectives. That's just the little conversation that the people has. You can select. Oh, I'm gonna kill the antagonist. You can tell everybody you're gonna go kill the antagonist. So people will support you or will leave you alone so you can kill the antagonist. So people take better decisions now. It's like a little missions inside the missions, you know, so missions that you can do. Oh, I'm gonna get the elites. I'm gonna kill the elites. I'm gonna go for this objective. I'm gonna go for that objective. You don't have to type in it in the chat. You just have to select it, which is very nice. Price galore. Just scared. Glory is not enough. We cover you with daily rewards. Daily rewards, you know, but you. Somebody told me you need to play, but you don't have to play because one time I didn't play one of the matches in the price galore thing. He already got money for that without playing. I don't believe you have to play. You know, you need to be kind of. Let's say you need to be active. Let's say you need to be active in order to get those things. Otherwise you're gonna get less rewards. I believe Killer J told me that it's kind of difficult for a lot of people that doesn't play the game all the time. You know, I don't believe you need to play all the time. Yeah, I believe you need to at least do like let's say you do one match today, tomorrow you're gonna do another match, stuff like that. You need to be basically active in some way. Because I played 3 matches. Is it like a 4 or 5 matches? The bottom, I believe. I played like a 3 or 4 matches. Then the last match I didn't play. When I came the next day, he gave me the reward from that match. I don't know if they do it in that condition, or they do it all the time, or you know, I don't know 100% because those are systems you need to be testing now to have a clear idea how they work, you know, or go back to the stream, or Space Lord, let's check it out, develop how they say in that moment, you know, how they do it. Otherwise, you always gonna have. You don't test it out and say, oh, let me play one match and let me come back next week. I got all the wars, something like that. Some games doesn't allow for that. Like at champions, you need to play everything. You skip one day, you lose. You came back to the beginning. I don't know if Space Lords does that. It's having problem for people that doesn't play all the time. They basically don't get a lot of rewards or get rewards at all. Looty Loot from Cody Joker. Thank you, Cody Joker, for the Looty Loot. People, the winner of the 5 boxes gift card of today is Cody Joker. Who's Cody Joker? I don't know if you notice it. I already say it in the beginning of the streams. Remember, in the beginning of the streams, we're gonna check it out. The loot. The loot. We're gonna get the winner. You know, this time was Cowdy Joker. It was having like 19 something. I don't know if you see it. 19. Let me see if I can give me the. Yeah, it's in the. It's in It's in the video. We get like almost 19, almost 20 points, something like that. So at the beginning of the streams, it was pretty early, yeah. Let me see if I can find the give you a screenshot of the time and everything when I say that. Yeah, keep doing it. Keep doing it. As you can see, W31 Sura. W31 Sura is positioned right now in the first for the next week. It's gonna be for the next week. W31 Sura. You continue doing the support with the loot in order to get next week Saturday a card. Keep doing it. Remember that you have people behind you. You know, people behind you doing it too. So don't forget to stop doing it. Yeah, people, you should keep doing it. You know, until the weekends because otherwise other people are gonna get the loot. Gary Joker was pretty good this weekend because he got one yesterday and he won today. Why? Because we didn't stream. We didn't stream. We didn't stream today. So yesterday, almost everybody was like a super low, super low. The only guy that was like a super high was like Cloudy Joker. You know, the other guy was like a 9 points missing in order to get the top. It was like a 9 points left, 9 points behind. Yeah, 9 points behind, 10 points behind. Because it looks like a lot of people stopped doing it. Friday, stuff like that. Strange. So one thing I recommend you is to keep doing it so you don't have those problems, you know. Now it's pretty good, you know. Now it's pretty good, but look at Cephalot and Gay Dagger Heart. It's pretty low with 1 point only, you know. So it's gonna be hard for them. They need to gain every single day in this week in order to gain the top. Because Cowdy Joker is close to get it again. He's continuing doing it. W31 Sur is in the top, which is pretty nice. Oh yeah, I found it. I'm just showing you so you know the time. Cowdy Joker was proclaim the winner today. Remember that we always do at the beginning of the streams. To have some over here. And the winner of today $5 Sting card is Cowdy Joker. Congratulations to him for winning the $5 Sting card. Was 1 hour, more than 1 hour earlier. At 5:01. I 5:01. I did the proclamation of the things, you know. All legal W37 say, oh, it's bad. Oh yeah, I believe that was the microphone he was talking about. Oh no, the heat. Yeah, it was too hot. It was too hot in my room, so he kind of was telling me, oh, it's bad. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. And I should stop streaming because it's 81 degrees Fahrenheit over here. It is pretty crazy. I believe I'm gonna do the raid right away. I'm not gonna do the congratulations stuff like that we do all the time because it's pretty late today. Yeah, it's pretty late today. I wanna do something else. It's gonna take like a 20-minute more. It's too hot. I'm not gonna wait waiting for 20 minutes. But it's coming. No, raid. Yeah, stand by. This is standby. We're gonna raise somebody. Clip there. I'm gonna say thank you for participating in the podcast today, to coming early to watch what we were talking about, the Space Lords. You know, since you are a streamer, you should be playing Space Lords. You should be a streamer. Remember, the Maker Steam is a developer that is pretty supportive of the streamers. You know, he supports pretty good streamers by retweeting the tweets, you know, that I listen to them. Then it's pretty hard that you don't say something about space. Christine just ignore it. They don't do that. They always say something, you know. They always go over there and tell you something, you know. The podcast was pretty awesome. I really liked it. I was having fun. It looks like a Don't Want Q has a pretty good idea how the things are working in the new content. Conrad Kitty is pretty awesome streamer too. So you can check it out. Go over there, check it out. She's a pretty awesome streamer. I follow her too. Let me see if I can at least give it some links so you can check it out. The Killer J. I don't know if those are O's or those are. Oh, it's R zeros. You can go check it out. The Killer J was the host. Hello. Killer 008. It's channel was the guys that basically are created the podcast and everything together, which is pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome dude. Very verse, pretty good English, you know, it's pretty good English. Yes, looks like he's kind of guy experience, you know, put it together and everything. See if I can get the Conrad Kitty. Conrad Kitty? Yeah, she has a pretty Conrad. You can check it out. Oh, she's a stream. Oh, maybe we're gonna rate that already. Yeah, we're gonna rate already. She's a streamer, of course. Hanging out a little bit over there, you know, checking her gameplays and everything. Super nice. Say follow. Follow. There was the lady in the podcast. Follow Dog 1Q or PSN. I always rate Dog 1Q all the time. Every time that he's streaming, I go over there because he doesn't talk in the streams, but the gameplay is worth it. He got pretty good gameplay. You know? Good gameplay over there. Follow. Dog 1Q for PSN. Awesome. Space Lords. Yeah, this is our Space Lords streamers. That's why I don't include any other people. Those are Space Lords exclusive streamers. We're in the podcast. But we're in the podcast. Was there more people in the podcast than Space Lords? Or they were watching the streams? No, in the so I'm putting those links so you wanna follow them, ask questions and everything, you can do it. Yeah, I believe we're gonna rate Conrad Kitty. No, we are rating Conrad Kitty. So please stand by. You know. Well, people are gonna say thank you to everybody that was in the stream. Thank you for that was hosting my stream. Tomorrow we are gonna coming back, play Space Lords tomorrow Monday. We're gonna Space Lords, don't miss out. I hope tomorrow is cold. There is no hot. That's for you support. Coming tomorrow. Yeah, remember? And USA, Italian, Russian. Yeah, I hope it's cold and it's no so hot and everything. It's really scaring me. Killing me. This heat, crashing my computers and everything. Right now, my room is 81, and I'm gonna have to look for a better AC. I don't know for real what I'm gonna do. Summertime came in, making headlines, headlines in the news. You know, it's on. Very good. Well, people, thank you for your support. Thank you for all the. I see you tomorrow.